If you feel stuck in your profession or niche and realize it's not something you would want to do for the rest of your life, I totally get you. You deserve the best things in life, so you are looking for a field or a profession or a niche that will be fulfilling, rewarding, and interesting. I've changed my niche several times as an employee and as an entrepreneur, so in this video I'm going to share some tips on how you can find your ideal niche and how to avoid very common mistakes. Let's start. A classic approach suggests that your ideal niche is a balance of three things: what you can do, what you want to do, and what other people need. Seems so simple, right? You just have to ask yourself the right questions and there you have it. Yet there is a lot to discuss about each of the three domains. So let's do this starting with what you can do. Some specific questions you might want to ask yourself at this point include: what biggest projects have I already done? What do other people compliment most in my work? An important thing to remember here is don't just solely look at your professional skills like hard skills, soft skills, etc., but also consider the types of resources that you have. A nice question that you can ask yourself: what type of resources do I have access to? That might include your access to people that hold certain positions and your social capital in general, and funding, and much more. So don't forget to include all these resources in this section. Another important thing to remember here is that even though we're looking at what you can do, your skills, your capabilities, your resources, you don't have to limit yourself only to these types of niches. Let me ask you this question: does the passion inside comes from where you are or where you want to be? If there's something you're really committed to and you really want to do, even though you have no special training or no understanding how you can implement that right now, it doesn't mean that you should just eliminate this profession or niche once and forever. Remember that you can do anything. It just might take a little longer, so we are kind of trying to find a shortcut here. So the next set of questions is about what you really want. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thank you so much. That's the most pleasant one, right? So what do you enjoy doing? What are your interests and hobbies? What did you love to do in your childhood? Doing what do you forget about time? If you had $1 million, what would you be doing? And another, a little bit unconventional, but a very good one: when do you feel jealous? So a few important things to remember here. First of all, I suggest that you do a reality check. If you are dreaming about starting a business in an unknown niche, or changing a profession, switching your career to an unknown position, and you have never tried it and you don't have a deep understanding of what your day in this profession would look like, I suggest putting a small asterisk next to this profession or niche, because you will need to investigate this further. Your best chance in finding your ideal niche is writing down things that you have experienced, that you have tried, and that you truly enjoy. And here comes another thing that you need to consider that I probably don't need to mention in an inspirational video. You're trying to monetize your passion, something you love, which is great. But there is one big problem with this idea, which I guess a lot of bloggers contribute to. The idea that you're gonna be doing something you truly love for the next 20 or 30 years of your life is powerful. It provides inspiration and hope, and most importantly, energy. But aside from that, it's important to remember three important points. First, even in your business, it's impossible to do something truly enjoyable 100% of the time. In fact, if you do something enjoyable 50% of the time, that's awesome. Your life is great. And two, your role in your business might change with the size of your business. And some roles will be more enjoyable than the others. And the third point, you will be changing. You will also change. So let's say you're a copywriter and you're starting a copywriting agency. So in the beginning, you love to write. That's something you were born to do and you truly enjoy that. But as your agency grows, as the number of your customers grow, as the workload increases, and as you grow as a professional and as a person, you might feel different about your initial role. And that's normal. But what I'm saying here is don't put too much pressure into searching for an ideal thing to do that you enjoy 100% of the time, and you will want to do it just every day. And finally, let's discuss the third section. Not only do we want to do what we love, but we also want to be well paid for it. But what's behind the money that people give you? It's their needs. So you might want to ask yourself the following questions. What do other people around me truly need? What are the services I order from other people and businesses? One of the questions that often goes in this section, but personally, I'm not a fan of it, is what are the people I know that make the most money? And I'm not really a fan of this ideology just because I believe that you can make good money in every niche. What's more important is why people need this service and why people are ready to pay good money for it. So do you feel a little inspired after asking yourself these questions? Good, then it's working for you. I know nothing is simple, and I know you probably have some questions, like for instance, you want more money and you see no point in doing what you love because you're not going to be well paid for it. Or what if you are a professional in a certain niche, but you would love to do something entirely different? How do you make that switch? As that's an extremely important point, I'm gonna do a separate video on that. If it's already up, check it out. And now I would love to hear from you. Have you had an insight today? Do you have a question? Share it in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you next week.